Hi, my name is Lynn Goodhand. I'm the assistant principal at Culbreth Middle School, and I'm here to answer some of the questions that you all have had about the iPod Touch project.
How have you shared information about the iPod Touch with the community?
We've used lots of venues to share communication about our iPod Touch project. So many, in fact, I'm going to need to read these. We've had face-to-face discussions. We've invited parents to our iPod Touch Day last winter, and it was streamed on the Ustream.tv. We've had email communication. We've done it through PTSA newsletter. We've shared this information at PTSA and SIT monthly meetings. At the September 1st open house, we also described the one-to-one deployment that we're going to do this year, January 4th. And of course, we have videos on our Culbreth YouTube channel that people can watch.
Are parents expected to provide an iPod Touch for their student to use at school?
Our parents are not required to provide students with their iPod Touches. However, we do have many students that already have Touches, and we presume that some students will get them for presents these upcoming holidays, and of course those students can use those anytime they'd like. Since we are using them every day, all day, starting January 4th, the school will provide iPod Touches for any students who need them. We've had parents who have suggested that they might do some donation, which is terrific, so that we'll have a few more to be able to pass out to students who need them.
How does Culbreth plan to evaluate the iPod Touch program?
We have joined in partnership with UNC Chapel Hill. We will have researchers coming in this year and collecting data on it. By the end of the year, we should have some concrete, concise results so that we can look over what kind of effect using the iPod Touches has had for our students.
What level of insurance will be provided to those students who bring in their own iPod Touch with respect to damage and/or loss?
The school will not provide any additional insurance. However, we've done some research and we've found that in school systems where they've had one-to-one laptops or cell phones, that there's been little to no theft. Of course, we already have an SRO on duty all the time, and we can refer any incidents to her, Officer Mayer. We also recommend that parents purchase cases for their students because the iPod Touches, of course, will be going back and forth from home. We've had really good luck with the Griffin and the Spec cases.
Will there be any content restrictions in place for what a child will bring, and also to what they will be able to access through the network and share with others?
The iPod Touch will have the same internet protection that we already have for all our internet use on our laptops and for the iPod Touch labs already. We have a filter already. We will have an iPod Touch use contract that will go home with students in December for parents and students to sign. We'll also have a copy of that use agreement on our website. We will require that all inappropriate content be removed before the Touches come back to school. We will determine what is inappropriate by using our student code of conduct.
What unit, iPod Touch, should we purchase?
We will be using the 3rd generation 8 gig iPod Touch.
Can you tell us about the use of mobile devices at our high schools?
All our high schools have industry standard wireless networks like we do at Culbreth. At this point, students have access to mobile devices in some of their classes with teacher permission.
What is planned for January 4th, 2010?
On January 4th, students will be allowed to bring their own iPod Touches from home and will move to a one-on-one environment as opposed to the iPod Touch labs we currently have. At that time, our tech specialist, Ms. Val Brown, will be adding each student unit to the Culbreth system using the district's wireless password. After that, all our students will have a computer in their pockets.